Well, parishioners from St. Timothy's in Tonawanda are left with more questions than answers after learning that their parish has to pay more than $5 million towards the clergy sex abuse settlement. News 4's Sarah Minkowitz caught up with one parishioner who says her faith in the Catholic Church is not shaken, but her faith in leadership is.
The diocese is more acting like a corporation that's in trouble, and that it's turned to the churches to bail out the bottom line.
Parishes throughout the Buffalo Diocese have to pay a collective $80 million toward the clergy sex abuse settlement. Each parish was told they'd have to pay between 10 to 75% of their reserved funds. For St. Timothy's Church in Tonawanda, that's around $5.2 million, the second most out of any parish.
I now understand what it means when the air is sucked out of the room, and I think everyone just felt like they've been punched in the stomach. And this is, of course, represents generations of faithful, generous donors from the parish, and the very frugal and wise stewardship of previous pastors.
Parishioner Patricia Dowling says many at the church are wondering why St. Timothy's has to pay millions, but some other larger parishes have to pay much less.
We've paid our bills, we've paid our insurance bill, we've paid the annual assessment to the diocese that's required. We've kind of followed the rules, and yes, it certainly makes you feel to question, will this make us more likely to close in the future?
Buffalo Diocese Communications Director Joe Martone says the parish is not slated to close at this time. He says the diocese used the same formula for each parish when deciding how much each one would pay toward the settlement.
The parishes with the least amount of reserves would pay a smaller percentage, and progressively going up from 10 to 75%. Because St. Timothy's had more than $3 million in unrestricted assets, their expected contribution is 75% of those unrestricted assets.
Dowling says those funds should go toward the surrounding community and pay for services and programs, including its food pantry.
St. Timothy is a small church that serves one of the most economically distressed neighborhoods in the town of Tonawanda. So this just didn't ring right for us. We have compassion, absolute compassion for the victims of the sexual abuse. But I think most parishioners would agree that the responsibility for the crimes lies in the hierarchy.
Parishes have until July 15th to pay their portion of the settlement. Sarah Minkowitz, News 4.